All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a pretty wild idea that one of the most powerful new AIs is so simple that if your child can talk, they can actually get it. We're going to break down a technology that's trying to do for money what ChatGPT did for words. So let's jump right in.
It really all comes down to this one huge question. Can an AI predict money? Can a machine seriously look at the absolute chaos of the global markets and have any clue what's going to happen next? Well, there's a team of pioneers out there betting the farm that the answer is a resounding yes.
Okay, so how on earth does this even work? Just think about ChatGPT for a second. We all know it, right? It's amazing at one thing, predicting the most likely next word in a sentence. Well, Fractal AI takes that exact same idea and applies it to a totally different world. Instead of predicting words, it predicts the next market move. Seriously, if you get this one simple comparison, you've got the key to this whole thing.
So let's take that core idea, predicting the very next move, and really unpack what it means when you apply it to the, $10 trillion world of money. Now, we're not talking about some crystal ball that sees years down the road. Nope. This is all about having an AI that can see just one tiny step ahead. And it's doing this in some of the biggest financial playgrounds on the planet. We're talking about digital assets, Bitcoin, and massive currency markets like the euro versus the US dollar.
But the big question is how? How can it possibly do this? Well, the folks who built it had this really cool name for their technology. They call it their secret AI telescope.
I want you to picture the financial markets for a moment. It's just noise, right? A total storm of static and random squiggles on a chart. This AI telescope is designed to look straight through all that noise, find these hidden repeating patterns, they call them fractal signals, and turn that chaos into a clear, usable signal.
And get this, the people behind this, they have a serious legacy. Their work started years ago, getting funding right alongside AI legends like Geoffrey Hinton, the guy they call the godfather of AI who was key to ChatGPT. They were also inspired by the super secretive geniuses at Renaissance Technologies, probably the most successful hedge fund in history. And now, they've got the backing of some major VCs.
And the team itself, wow, it's an absolute powerhouse. You've got former engineers from Meta and Amazon, a money manager from Societe Generale, and even the former chief investment officer from the world's largest listed hedge fund. So yeah, they know this world inside and out.
Okay, this all sounds incredible, right? Almost too good to be true, which brings us to the most important question of all. Does any of this actually work in the real world?
The first number that's going to jump out at you is this: 66%. That's the annualized return they're targeting. Now, that sounds impossibly high, I know, but the secret isn't making these huge, risky bets. It's the total opposite. The AI is designed to make tiny, consistent little wins day after day that just compound over time. It's not about hitting home runs. It's about just getting on base over and over again.
And this isn't just some theory on a whiteboard. The technology is live right now, and it's already pulling in $500,000 in revenue. What's really incredible is that they're doing this before any big marketing campaign. That's proof the engine is already running smoothly.
But maybe the most powerful proof of all is this number, 3. That's how many Tier 1 global banks, we're talking the biggest of the big, like UBS, BNP Paribas, and HSBC, are already using and validating this tech. For a system like this, that is a huge, huge vote of confidence.
But here's the thing. This wasn't built just for the big Wall Street players. No. After proving it works at that top level, the vision got a whole lot bigger. The goal is to build an AI for billions.
So how do you reach billions? Well, their strategy is pretty clever. They're not trying to build a new app from scratch that you have to download. Instead, they're planning to plug their AI right into the super apps that billions of us already use every single day. Think platforms like Revolut, Telegram, and even Meta.
But why? What's the end game here? It all boils down to this really simple but kind of profound mission statement of theirs. We democratize hope and happiness.
I love this distinction they make. You hear other companies with slogans like "Shop like a billionaire," but their mission is to help people become happy like a billionaire. So the goal isn't just about buying more stuff. It's about giving people access to real opportunity, to hope itself.
So, to make this huge vision a reality, what's the game plan? What's the very next step?
Okay, so to get there, they need to fuel that growth. They've got a really clear and flexible roadmap, and they're looking for partners to help them scale up. They've laid out a few different options, from a lean $1 million plan all the way up to a more strategic $3.5 million expansion.
And that capital has a very specific three-step mission. First, they're going to go deeper with those global bank partnerships. Then, they'll use that solid foundation to build out and launch the consumer apps that can reach everyone. And finally, they'll build out the global team they need to support that massive scale.
And all of this brings us full circle, back to this one final, really thought-provoking question. For years, technology this powerful was kept under lock and key by a few super elite funds. But if an AI can really predict the market, who should get to use it? Fractal AI is making a massive bet that the answer is everyone. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.